Get this 11 to 1 weekdays on the Triple M network.
Let's have some legal matters. It's not the opening to legal. Let's have legal matters. Oh, for God's That's Laurie Oakes.
Jeez, man.
Sneaking a thick shake during the shots when it's on the interviewee. That's what he does. He reaches down, sucks on a thick shake.
Doesn't he have a backpack of thick shake? Like cyclists wear a backpack of Gatorade or whatever they do. He's just got a thick shake backpack with a straw to his mouth.
It's time for legal matters.
I'm free. Thank you, Mr. Humphreys.
What about this news from Melbourne? Melbourne's raunchiest car wash is facing fines of up to 20 grand for exceeding the number of bikini-clad strippers allowed on one site. This is a place called Kittens Car Wash, operated by soaped-up women from strip clubs.
Great.
They're fronting the...
if you like that kind of thing.
Sure. There are regularly up to 5 women in bikinis and G-strings dancing and washing cars.
Dancing?
Just doing the old, the Jessica Simpson video.
Ooh.
Okay, suddenly you want to get your licence and drive.
I'm down there now. I have to go, Tone. I'm sorry. But do they wear bikini sponges? Is that what it is? Their bodies are the sponges? Is that how it rolls?
I don't think they've bothered to think that far ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well,
I don't know whether anyone's interested in actually having their car washed.
And they have a girl wearing a chamois bikini that dries it off. And no, Rich, you don't.
That's an interesting idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that is an interesting idea. So they'd just be lined up at the site.
Yeah,
so it'd be like a normal car
it's like
wash.
you just drive through and they sort of run up to give it some and then step back.
You have to go through the corridor.
Yeah.
But listen to this. There's more. The owner yesterday said he would vigorously fight the allegations based on a technicality. Listen to what he's saying. The way we've structured the business is that there are, in fact, no staff working at the car wash.
Whoa.
They're all shareholders.
Is that right?
Isn't that a shareholders meeting you'd like to attend? Like the Telstra board. There's a lot of women in bikinis around a boardroom table demanding the minutes.
Oh, moving motions.
How's that? So he's
thumping the table.
He's not paying them, but they're all shareholders.
This is a good business.
Okay. Business opportunities.
We need some shareholders. I've always said that we should float this program. Get some shareholders happening. Get some investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Stock prices went up 3 cup sizes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me.
What else is going on in legal matters?
I'm free. All right, here we go. Mum drives son to rob jewellery store. Berlin, a 36-year-old German mother of 5, drove her son to a jewellery store he wanted to rob because she was afraid that he might come into some harm. While her 17-year-old son and 2 accomplices robbed a jeweller in the eastern city of Dresden, the mother waited outside in the car. She said that she missed her son's first petty crime, but she was damn sure she wasn't going to miss his first grand larceny. She was shocked to see that he was off to rob a jewellery store wearing a dirty balaclava. She couldn't stand for it. A mother's work is never done. It never stops. She's got to take her youngest to upskirting, then pick up the girls from loitering to get home just in time to help the eldest with his backyard ice lab.
Of course.
I'm free.
How embarrassing. You've got your balaclava on and your mum's driving you to the bank room. Mum, can you drop me off around the corner?
Oh, no. Take your lunch. Take your lunch.
Hey, I've got some legal matters.
I'm free.
From Wellington, New Zealand, New Zealand's police chief, Howard Broad, has admitted a pornographic film containing bestiality was shown at a party at his place 26 years ago. How's that?
Good, man. Must have been a good film. People still remember it.
Here's the footage of the 2 assailants. Oh, no, not that footage. Not that footage. But listen to his defence. He said the film was shown as part of a police rugby club fundraiser.
Absolutely.
So it's bestiality for a good cause.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty disturbing watching that senior sergeant make enthusiastic physical love to a writhing pony, but hey, at least we'll have a new roof on the clubhouse.
Nothing says rugby.
I'm free. Like Mr. Humphreys.
Nothing says rugby. Like rigorous bestiality.
What do the Get This shareholders think of that one?
Oh, I love it. Oh, they're jumping. Good.
So we were talking about a car wash in Melbourne that's just all women in bikinis. Jumping up and down. Ed seems to think trampolines are required.
Absolutely right. You do 2 cars at once.
For a double-decker bus,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah. Got to clean the sunroof somehow.
Dave has called up, not Dave Graney, who'll be joining us in the next hour. Dave says heaps of accidents outside that bikini car wash. I've been past a few times. I bet he has.
Good on you, Dave.
His car is so heavily scrubbed, it's just like a metal frame. There's just no shell at all. Yeah, one more, I reckon.
Yep.
Young Jim has called us up. Now,
Young Jim?
we've been talking on here about what to do for August. The sci-fi nerds, they want Borgust.
I know they do.
The Guzzy fans,
Yes.
they want August.
The
The pirate fans want August. Fun to say, but quite tiring.
Very tiring.
Young Jim has something for everyone. What about August?
Oh, Jim.
What do the shareholders think of that?
Well, if they like it, they're jumping for joy.
All right. We'll run that by the powers that be.
I think the motion's been passed.
I don't know what exactly goes on in August, but
I do.
I guess your car gets washed successfully. What about Dave Graney?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Beautifully attired and a fine... How much did you pay for that suit, Dave?
No, this is 20 cents, this one.
20 cents?
You can't get the materials for that. Look at it.
Dave can find a suit for 20 cents at an op shop.
Yeah.
And it just looks
It
great.
was in an op shop with one of those things where you put 20 cents in and the electric hand
A
goes
skill
around
tester.
and picks
Yeah.
one and falls out.
Is that what it's called? The skill test?
They're called skill testers.
Yeah.
That's why they're so intriguing, because you don't want to be a person without skill.
I'd like to think that at the Royal College of Surgeons, they teach people to remove body organs using the skill tester. That'd be a test,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Oh, you got a spleen. Well done.
No, go for his liver, not the digital watch. Dave, what about going through a car wash where it's women just with bikinis, like sort of Jessica Simpson style, just soaping up your car? Would you be on for that?
That all comes from that movie with Paul Newman in
Yeah.
it, isn't it?
Cool Hand Luke.
Cool
Yeah.
Hand
Oh,
Luke,
yes,
where-
right.
And then they revived it
yes.
for Bring It On.
Right. It's a
I
really
shouldn't
funny
have known
scene,
that.
isn't
It's
it?
a very erotic scene in Cool Hand Luke because the fellas are on the chain gang and there's a woman outside the jail who washes a car with her breasts, soaping up and
Wow.
pushing against the car in a most lascivious manner.
And it's funny because like the washing gets more and more feverish, and then it cuts to all the convicts in a cold shower with Dennis Hopper singing "Old MacDonald Had a Farm."
Wow. Sounds like you've watched it a few times there, Rich.
I love Cool Hand Luke.
Your favourite scenes, Rich?
Who eats all those eggs in Cool Hand Luke?
It's Paul Newman.
It's Paul Newman.
It's a competition with George Kennedy.
Yeah,
I
George
think.
Kennedy. That's
Yeah.
who I was thinking of.
He's one of those actors like Aldo Ray,
Yeah.
who Quentin Tarantino employed Bruce Willis because he said he was the modern day Aldo Ray, but I don't think he makes as many films as Aldo Ray did.
We don't have a lot of references to Aldo Ray on Triple M.
Tell me some Aldo Ray films. I don't know any.
Any movie set in like fighting the Japanese or in Korea where there's a big goofy kind of bull-necked guy
That's
who
your
has
man.
to take one for the team, that's Aldo Ray.
Okay, so that's what they're doing in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Soaped up women, shareholders, as the manager calls them,
Great.
just going your car with the Norgs. What about in Brisbane? They've gone one better. Peter has called us. Mark has also called in to say that in Albion, completely nude car wash for $80. Whoa. Or about $80, he
Yeah.
said. Maybe there's a sort of full service component
Well,
to it.
does the presence of shareholders make it more honourable,
Absolutely.
It does. It
morally acceptable?
looks better in the annual report than the
It's
car
like-
wash.
It's a collective.
in
It's
Russia-
an autonomous collective.
Our images of Russia as a society is of people being permanently drunk. Is Australia permanently erotically charged?
I'd
even
say
in the
so.
car
I
wash?
reckon
I
it
think
is.
so,
You know,
yeah.
things like Zoo magazine. That's the kind of thing that's
Mm.
getting people wanting a nude car wash. And I think Cecilia was saying that what is this behind closed doors? So it's like a kind of.
Oh, you got to know.
No, you drive in. It's not like open to the public.
Yeah, no, because then everyone else will get a free look.
Oh, I see.
It'll be lining up with the Woody.
With the Woody and the Navara.
Well,
All right.
I hope it's brushless.
Oh, come on, Richard.
Get on, Richard
Come on,
Marsland.
Richard.
They
You've
only
lowered
wash-
the tone.
Come on.
They only wash cars with klaxon horns.
That was a highbrow discussion about Aldo Ray. And you've ruined it. Keeping it unreal. Dave Graney, Claremore, and the lurid yellow mist. How are the mist performing these days, Dave?
Very good, yeah.
Up
yeah.
to scratch? Are you a tough James Brown style band leader?
Band leader, yeah. No, I am a facilitator, Tony.
Okay.
Nice, a medium.
I give them a space, Ed, where they can truly flower and be themselves.
Well, hang on. Let's say that I was playing guitar in the mist.
Yeah.
And I felt.
You wouldn't You're too tall.
Really?
Yeah, I don't let anybody in who's taller than me.
Height restriction.
What if I was sitting down?
Oh, yes, that's
Slide
right.
guitar.
Yeah.
So if I was playing slide guitar and,
Yeah.
I felt a solo.
And you're too young, yeah.
Well, if I had Heath Ledger's aging makeup on from Brokeback Mountain,
Yes.
and I'm sitting down playing slide guitar in the mist,
Yeah,
and
I don't like slide guitar.
all right, I'm playing electric kazoo,
Yeah.
and I feel a solo coming on.
Let's
Am I
put you
allowed-
on the piano.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm playing keys.
Yeah.
2 keyboards though,
Yeah.
Yanni style. And
Yeah.
if I really feel it, can I just bust a solo in the mist? Is that okay? 3.5 minute solo.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's
yeah.
like, I've seen that.
No,
That's a good band.
like 8 bars or something. Get it.
How
Get
long-
in there.
How long's that?
Put it in the pocket really quickly.
In the
A
pocket.
few licks.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great. See, on some bands, you have to apply in writing to do a solo months in advance. You know, have you ever just cracked it on stage, Dave, and stormed off? Trent Reznor in Melbourne style. I think in Melbourne, the 9 Inch Nails, somebody shouted out something during the last song and he just snapped and walked off. Have you ever done
Really?
that?
Who does the Summer of '69?
Oh,
Oh,
Brian
Bryan
Adams.
Adams.
Oh, Ryan Adams. Really
Yes.
cops it if people say Brian Adams at a concert, which
Yeah.
there's always somebody there who will yell out Brian Adams. So I
probably
think it's
Bryan
a
Adams.
moment that's always waiting to happen. And if I went to one of his concerts, I would yell it
Yeah,
out just
of course.
to see what happened.
You just want a banner to unfurl. Summer of '69.
First real 6 string.
I want my money back.
But listen.
No, I enjoy those moments.
Yeah, okay. Well, Trent
The
Reznor.
Brian Jonestown Massacre came
Oh,
to
yes.
Melbourne last time,
yeah.
and he cracked the shits for the entire gig, and people loved it. It's the
Right.
best gig they've ever been.
Now, they're
been to.
that band in that documentary Dig,
That's
which is
right,
about
yeah.
them and the Dandy Warhols, and they punch each other on
Yeah.
stage.
It's hilarious.
Punch-ups.
Amazing. It's
Yeah,
like
that's what you want to
Yeah,
see.
plenty of bands have done that. Like
Oh, really?
the Kinks, famously.
The Kinks had a good...
Any band with brothers, they love to punch on. Like Oasis, it's no big deal with brothers to punch each
Yeah,
other.
punch in the face means nothing if you're family.
It's shocking to outsiders. But
But what about Trent Reznor going his record company for charging too much for his album? He discovered that while he was here in Australia, that his latest record, it's $10 more than other top 40 CDs. The record company rep says to him, "Oh, but your packaging is a lot more expensive."
That's true.
Reznor says, "I know how much the packaging costs. It costs 83 cents more to have a CD with colour-changing ink on it. I'm taking the hit on that, not them." So I said, "It doesn't cost $10 more." And according to Reznor, the record company bloke goes, "Yeah, you're right, it doesn't. Basically, it's because we know you've got a core audience that's going to buy whatever we put out." Now, I'm sure that's not word for word, but do you ever go in
Would
for...
you do that, Dave? Would
have
you
a-
fleece the fans like that?
no. I don't know what that's all about. It's undignified for fellas to be talking about the price of ink.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
That's
true.
not a good look for rock and roll. Arguments about ink. But what about, have you ever come up with a cover that was just too expensive to do? Anything like that?
Well, this is if you're talking about working with a large record company, which is like, I briefly did, in the 90s. I was briefly attractive to that kind of entertainment concern.
When you were emo.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm not attractive to that kind of concern at the moment. And for most of my career, I've been very ugly to that kind of concern. And now those kinds of concerns don't really exist. So,
No. But you
What-
have Tony
functioning way.
Marnie does all of your album covers. They're
yeah.
always beautiful. But sometimes, I remember me and Mick Malloy, there was one years ago by Pink Floyd called Pulse. And it was a live album and it had a LED light in the spine. It just went on and off, and you could see it from the other side of the record shop. Me and Mick Malloy were going to call one of our albums Blow It Out Your Ass. And the idea was it wouldn't say that anywhere on the cover, but there'd just be a blank cover, but on the spine there'd be an LED light that would say the phrase Blow It Out Your Ass in Morse code.
Wow.
And the record company said to us, if you want a consistent pulse like Pink Floyd, that's fine. But if it has irregular pulses, too expensive. That was going to be like $10 more. So
Really?
It's very difficult to differentiate CDs from other CDs, so that often people just want to make them a bit different. Albums, with long playing albums, they had much more innovative things, 'cause
Fold outs.
larger thing for the image, and
More to work with.
beautiful embossed feels on the cardboard. And I saw a really great one once by a prog rock band, and it was a concept album about us coming from outer space, and it was a Gothic church, and you opened it up, and as you opened it up, like a pop-up book, the church steeple became a rocket ship.
Fantastic.
Like, you can't do that with CDs.
No. And now with CDs going, really the only creative area is that little line on your iPod that describes what the track is.
Yeah.
There's not a lot you can do with that.
Very true.
All right. Sad days indeed.
There we go.
For the music industry.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to play Name That Tune, but we're going to do it the other way around. We want you to call up and play us any bit of music you want. We're going to guess it.
I have a very refined and elitist sensibility, Tony.
What's on the turntable?
I'll try and tune into the people out there, but
All right.
I know nothing about many things that they consider top shelf.
Oh, between us, we'll have it all covered. Ed, obviously, who do you...
I've got Screamo and Jive Bunny covered.
Yes, I've got Cockney Show Tunes covered. Richard's a huge Pussycat Dolls fan. And Dave, what is on the turntable out at the Ponderosa at the moment?
The soundtrack music of John Barry.
Oh, really? Who did, the James Bond, not the theme.
Zulu,
yeah.
theme from The Persuaders, The Lion in Winter.
Beautiful
So
stuff.
if anyone was going to ring in with that, don't bother. We already got it.
What's playing at your place, Ed, at the moment? Do your housemates, outvote you on the stereo?
Yeah, there's not a lot of music. There's always weird sort of long periods of silence at my house.
You're just all sitting around with your iPods,
No, I don't have an iPod.
polishing your woodies.
Sorry, that's a youth
Almost
term.
needed a boing there. No, I've been watching pirated downloads,
Oh,
Dave.
yeah, really?
Yeah, I watched The Wire.
See,
off
Tony,
the
that's
internet.
Ed
Entourage.
is happening. He's now. He's young.
Oh,
he's hungry.
I'm tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not now. I'm tomorrow or sometime into next week. I'm so up to date.
We're just not illegal enough over here. But hang on, The Wire. Now, this is a show we go on and on about. It's an HBO series. You can get it on DVD. And the first series, the whole 13 hours of the first series, you can get for $24.95 at JB Hi-Fi. That's not elitist.
And if that's not your cup of tea, Stingers is out on DVD.
And so is a lower low.
So-
But Dave, you've had a look at The Wire.
I love The Wire, yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Avon Barksdale and Stringer Bell, the greatest villains.
These are great
Homies.
And-
Sweet homies.
What is amazing about it is towards the end of the series, there's like a scene where they get all the characters into one room. And there's like 60 characters, and yet you know who all of them are. And you're going, hang on, I've only seen that guy for like about 10 seconds in one episode.
Yeah.
Some very heartbreaking moments in it when the young boy dies.
And I think the best way to describe it to people who haven't seen it before is Ugly Betty meets Grey's Anatomy. So
That'll
it's
work.
a real winner.
What?
It's a real winner.
It's a cop show that's way better than cop shows normally are.
Yes.
Is
Anyway.
the way to describe it.
Anyway.
Okay, is that giving people enough time to queue up their
I think so.
recordings?
Well filled.
Anything you want.
Hello, Sean.
Hi guys, how you doing?
We are excellent. Give it a hit, son. Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go.
That's a Bauhaus.
Sean,
Terror couple kill colonel.
are you there, Sean?
I am.
Okay.
Was that Bauhaus?
No,
Oh, what was it then?
Should have been.
it was Spiz Energy
Oh,
with Where's Captain Kirk?
very good. That's very good, Sean.
We should have known.
Where's Captain Kirk?
Yep, that's the one.
What did he turn into after Spiz Energy? He had another name, didn't he? Spiz
Captain
Oil? Or?
Sensible? Oh no.
Captain Sensible was from The Damned, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Well, thank you, Sean. You stumped us. You
was
get
good, yeah.
Dave Graney and Claire Moore's Keeping It Unreal
that's
and a
great.
copy of a legal download. Well done, son.
Thank you very much.
Tony, you're next. How are you, sir?
Hi guys, how you doing?
Well, we're down one, so give it a hit, son. What do you got?
Okay.
You're listening to Triple M.
That's the Subhumans with Jesus entering from behind.
Ah,
Oh no.
who was it?
Sounds like it.
Gilbert O'Sullivan.
Oh,
Gilbert O'Sullivan do that song Alone Again
he
naturally?
did, yes.
Right, yeah.
Gilbert used to be his manager's gardener while he had songs at #1 on the charts. And he wrote a song about his manager's daughter, Claire. That also went to number one.
Yeah, Claire.
And he was still doing the gardening.
Tony, we've finished guessing, bro. but thank you for continuing to fight the good fight.
You should go into teaching, I think.
Our listeners know no dead air. No dead air.
A couple of albums for you, Tony. Thanks for the call, brother.
Cheers.
Hello, Justin.
Yeah, you going, crew?
Give it a hit.
Okay, you guys.
Huh?
Oh, yes, bass. Oh, I do know this. That's not the Buggles, Einstein and Go-Go.
No.
That's from the soundtrack of Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS.
No.
Oh, what is it, sir?
It is Usher Beauchlet and Brett Lee, You're the One for Me.
Oh, this is that new
That's
song.
his number one, isn't it?
Tony wouldn't know that. That's a sport kind of related thing.
So what you're saying is this is something that's actually incredibly popular that we don't know about? Okay, don't forget The Wire on DVD, though.
Hey, Justin, well done. Some albums for you, my friend.
Cheers,
no worries, mate. Have a good day. Who's next, Marsland?
Who's going to kick our ass next?
Ian, are you there, mate?
Yes, Ed.
How are you?
Oh, this is Ian from Brisbane, isn't
Hello,
it?
Ian.
That's right.
Had a good morning at the nude car wash, have we?
Oh, mate, I actually work just around the corner from there.
Really?
How many
And
times have you...
They often have dolly birds having a big sign up, and it varies between topless, nude, or just all that sort of car wash waving around, wiggling themselves.
Topless nude. Just depends how clean you want your car.
Now, all right. Give it a hit. What do you got for us?
That's the Doors.
Oh, there we go.
That's the live version of, is it Roadhouse Blues, yeah?
Oh, I hate when you get that right.
There we go.
Finally.
But you still get albums, my friend. Still get albums for you.
Jimmy's a bit drunk on that one. I don't like it.
There you go. Thank you, Ian. Always lovely
Not
to speak
just
to you.
naming the tune, identifying the level of sobriety of the singer. Here at Get This.
Now, is it Rob?
All right, go for it, guys.
I don't like it. That's from the movie Ben, isn't it? The soundtrack? Or The Abominable Dr. Phibes.
Or possibly Dr. Phibes rises again.
Are you there, Rob?
Yes, I am.
Is it from Dr. Phibes? Are we right?
No, guys, it's from the Transformers movie. You should know
Oh, we should know
dear.
that. It was obviously the poor fidelity down the phone line that stumped us there.
I beg to differ. We shouldn't know that.
We do play it a lot in the office. We should know that one.
You
But
shouldn't. It's the really emotional track, The Death of Optimus Prime.
Oh, it is very emotional. Richard had tears. Look, we have been stumped again. Give that man an album.
Albums for you, Rob. Hey, Walker.
How you going there, boys?
Oh, mate,
Walker.
we're excellent, sir. Now, stump us. Away you go.
You'll get it. Here we go.
Go, you artist.
Drop the needle.
I like it.
Did you get it?
Morris Minor and the Majors start a rap?
You know it is, Richard.
Oh,
yeah.
stutter rap. Now they're hitting us with novelty songs.
Hey, thanks, Walker. Album for you. He's hung up.
He
He's had
gets an
enough.
album. Yeah, call back for your album, sir. Crystal, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Thomastown.
Just dying to hear what we'll now call the Thomastown sound.
Away you go, Crystal.
Okay.
Fire it up.
Any idea?
Dave's nodding off. I'm going to guess Submarine Bells by the Chills. No?
No. It's called Over the Hills and Far Away by Nelson Burns.
Oh, it's lovely.
Do you know that one, Dave?
I'm going to go and get that album.
The Nelson
Very
Burns
relaxing.
demographic are cheering in the streets.
After the emotional carnage of Fallout Boy, that's restored my spirits.
There we go, Crystal. Albums for you. Thank you very much for playing and well stumped.
I think we need to be stumped one final
Jason.
time.
Okay.
What is that?
You know that?
That's just you using a hairdryer on a snare drum, isn't it, Jace?
I'm getting... Is it Styx, Mr. Roboto?
No. Close.
Dave, any guesses?
Killing Joke, the pandies are coming. Oh.
Do you want to hear him sing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to the singing bit. likes the...
Iggy Pop.
No, it's Bowie's theme to cat people.
Is it?
Shit.
Yeah, it's like a different version. I think there's a sort of a more boppier version, and this is like a different version.
That's right. It was a different version on Let's Dance. All right.
All right. Well, you still get an album, Jason. Thank you for that.
We're barely maintaining our dignity, I have to say, in this segment. I'm sorry.
Bowie's version of the theme song for Cat People. Does that get a run in the next hour, Tone? On Triple M? Is that coming up after Maroon 5? At all?
I'd like to think so.
Amazing.
But Dave Graney, thanks for sitting in for the whole hour.
Thanks for having me.
That album we were giving away, Keeping It Unreal, is that still in the shops?
It is, yes.
Any other recommendations you'd like to get out of your system, Dave, while you're here?
If ever you see a band from Perth called Snowman, go to see them, or from New Zealand called Bat Rider. They're incredible.
Bat Rider.
Right.
Are you across the Bat Rider sound, Mr. Marsden?
No, it sounds fresh, sounds hip.
Happening.
Get this, it's blown out to 2 hours, 11 to 1 weekdays on the Triple M network.